Assalamu alaikum. When Kamala did that interview with a black journalist several weeks ago, it gave me red flags, especially when they were asking her specifically about young black male voters and the answers she gave. And her first initial thing that she said was, I felt like it belittled the question that was asked of her. And then she led with, black men aren't in anyone's pocket. And like, that just pulled up red flags, because who initially comes up with that to start with when they're talking about black men?
So I appreciate the spirit of the question, but I'll tell you, I've often been asked this question in a way that I've had to respond by first saying that I think it's very important to not operate from the assumption that black men are in anybody's pocket.
And I felt that the way that she answered the questions and how she avoided the way that she avoided answering the questions and the things that she said, for me, I felt that she has some issues with black men, and she has no relationship with black men at all. And initially, when she put Megan Thee Stallion on stage, and when she was talking about collard greens, and when she was putting on that black scent, it gave me a negative feeling. It gave me red flags as to how she really feels about black people. Because when that question came up as to how she's gonna get black men to vote for her, it's like she pretty much gave me the idea she had no idea how to do that. Fast forward to more recent days, I felt that she had Barack Obama and other notable black men to do the work for her, because she has no idea how to appeal to black men. And how Barack Obama singled out African American men. Extremely disrespectful. They want to shame black men into voting for Harris any way they can, because people are not excited anymore for him, because no one's going to fall for that again. Obama can't even relate to the African American community at all, which is why his approach went terribly wrong. And he wasn't raised to be a black man, because I think I read something he says that he was trying to raise himself to be a black man. Obama later reflected, I was trying to raise myself to be a black man in America, and beyond the giving of my appearance, no one around me seemed to know exactly what that meant. He was raised by 3 white people in Hawaii, so he is not culturally black, so he cannot relate to those in the African American community in America. To be more precise, the African American community in the 48 states. Anyway, furthermore, of course, black men are not responding kindly to this. They're not. Black men have their own voices, and to speak down to black men like that, I was not for that, and they aren't for it either. Because black men aren't stupid, neither are black women. Because that's the assumption that black people are just stupid. We're just going to go for identity politics. We're not going to look into the policies and all this other stuff. You can't expect people to have the same enthusiasm that we once did when Obama went into office. She's not Obama. At least Obama had his own way of speaking. He wasn't like a broken clock, saying the same things over and over again. And everyone was excited to see a black man, But then, everyone was able to see eventually that he wasn't giving anything to the black community either. So, A lot of black men have a lot to say regarding Harris and Obama. So let's look at a compilation of what black men are actually saying.
That was a shaming. That was a talking to. That was not trying to connect with black men. That was a smack in the face and telling you to straighten up.
This wolf in sheep's clothing. He came out to berate the brothers, as he says, for not supporting her in the way that they supported him. Well, maybe you should berate her campaign for not fooling them in the way that you were able to fool them back then, because a lot of brothers in the community feel a whole lot of regret for ever supporting you, sir.
I mean, first of all, Obama's not as talented of a liar as he used to be, but quite frankly, my ancestors fought way too hard for me to have the ability to learn how to read, just for Obama to expect me to be so uneducated to think that I would vote for Kamala Harris simply because she claims to be a black woman. And I mean, if people want to stop having Kamala Harris be called a DEI hire, maybe he should stop trying to remind us of her demographic every 5 minutes. Black men not supporting Kamala has nothing to do with her being a woman. It has everything to do with her lack of accomplishments over the last 1,359 days.
Respectfully, President Obama, what you said is not acceptable. I'm going to say it again. Respectfully, what you said is not acceptable.
He basically shamed and denigrated black men.
He's dissatisfied, disappointed, really, with our disobedience. So
we are expected to vote Democrat for no reason, and we get crumbs for it. And when we ask questions about the crumbs that we're fed, we're told we're not doing the right thing.
Very condescending and offensive. Because
black men are saying is you can't bully us, denigrate us, shame us into supporting this woman who may not align with what we agree with. And by
you know, it's a Hail Mary pass considering that we did vote him in based off of identity politics. And I'm not saying that all is bad, because he did do some things that I didn't necessarily disagree with that Trump absolutely did better than him. But at the same time, I felt that it was incredibly disrespectful, because he's making the assumption that we're not educated enough to lead our families, to look at the policies, to understand exactly what's going on with immigration. And we're supposed to overlook everything that they did over the last 3.5 years that was not in our favor. And when I say our, I'm talking about the American people, let alone men, let alone black men. And we're supposed to vote for her because of some misogynistic reason that's made up. And instead, we've learned how to educate ourselves, and now they've sent their Messiah back to rein us in and bring us back into the Democratic plantation. And most men that I've spoken with have said that it's absolutely disrespectful, and we're done with Obama.
that, number one, you know, we're not electing a best friend. We're not electing a drinking buddy. We're electing a president. And I think
if this doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will. Kamala Harris has 78% of the black vote, but apparently that's not enough. That is unsatisfactory. Do you not see that in the eyes of the Democratic Party, you are still a slave? You are still chattel. You're still property. They expect 100% of the black vote. They expect absolute obedience and loyalty. Here's what you won't hear being discussed as they look at these numbers. How is the Democratic Party failing black people in America, black men in particular? What is the Democratic Party getting wrong? No, that's not going to be discussed. Instead, they'll ask, what's wrong with you? Are you sick in the head? Why are you rebelling? Why are you trying to run away? Why are you so ungrateful? Isn't Trump or some white woman going around chastising white men for wanting to vote for the black woman, huh? Why doesn't Trump expect 100% of the white vote? Because white people and white men are allowed to be free individuals. They're allowed to think for themselves. They're not called traitors to their race because they want to vote for a Indian, Jamaican, Mexican, Southern black woman. Whatever, I don't know, whatever flavor Kamala feels like being that day. You can be a white man, a white woman, vote for Kamala Harris. You're not going to be seen as a traitor to your race, but a black man, how dare you think for yourself? How dare you come to your own opinions? How dare you look at your own individual problems and see which platform with whose policies serves you better and your family better. How dare you?
As you heard, these men felt insulted by what Obama said. And these are not the low IQ men who do nothing but smoke weed and drink all day. These are men with businesses, with families to support. These are the men that she wants to vote for her, but she can't reach them at all. These are not the men that's going to be watching Howard Stern or Call Your Daddy, which are podcasts that are known for having lewd content. These are not those men. These are intelligent men who can think for themselves and won't be fooled by nonsense. So you must come correct at them. Speak to them with respect like you would anyone else from any other community. Don't speak down to them. If some people do not like how these men responded, then they're the ones with the problem, not these men. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe.